All right, everybody. Welcome to Daybreak, the Daybreak Podcast, episode 3. I'm your host, Kyle Daybreak. We're here at the lovely 78th Street Studios. It's a ghost town in here. Right now, there's nobody here, which is kind of nice. We got the place all to ourselves. So today's guest is Eric from Blank Easel. Eric is a really good guy. I met Eric a while ago doing shows and whatnot, and I was always a big fan of his product. He's basically a fashion designer, sunglasses designer, clothing designer, graphic artist, kind of the whole deal. So
Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Nice. Thanks for coming out, bro. For real.
Glad to have me.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna just talk about a lot of stuff related to his upbringing and what got him into the business, and kind of relate a lot of things that we both have to deal with, and go from there. So today's ad read real quick. This episode of the Daybreak Podcast is brought to you by Daybreak Enterprises, headquartered in sunny Cleveland, Ohio. Daybreak Enterprises is a custom apparel company specializing in screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and custom tie-dyed apparel. From Pure League softball jerseys, event apparel, to large corporate accounts, Daybreak has solutions for everybody. Are you or your organization interested in getting some new apparel made? Head over to daybreakenterprisescle.com today to browse their portfolio and get inspiration for your next project. Again, that's daybreakenterprisescle.com to get started on your next custom apparel project. So like I said, I met Eric a couple of years ago now, it seems like, and just when we were out vending and doing shows, and we kind of hit it off and became good friends. I was always like really interested in his sunglasses. These sunglasses I'm wearing right now, of course, are Blank Easel sunglasses. We got a whole plethora of sunglasses here too, a bunch of Eric stuff that we'll kind of show throughout the show. We'll let Eric show whatever he wants to show off, and so I'm going to kind of pass it over to Eric real quick. Eric, why don't you tell us about your upbringing? Where were you raised? And I know you're a Cleveland guy for the most part,
absolutely.
But go ahead and tell us about your upbringing.
Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Raised by my mom, stepdad, and grandparents. My auntie. I got a lot of family, so I do have like a lot of support. 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I went to Garfield Heights. Graduated from Garfield Heights. I was really a loner. So like I was into music and drawing. That's really it. So
Yeah, it's kind of kept to yourself.
So I kept to myself, and still kind of to this day. I'm coming on my show a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, this is a step in the right direction.
Sure.
Doing a podcast and
absolutely
being interviewed, it definitely helps you come out of your shell.
Sure. Yeah.
But from your upbringing, I always ask people, like, was there anything like from your youth in particular that was like directly influential to you getting into fashion and art, or is it kind of just something you were just kind of interested on your own?
I've always had like a thing for music, so seeing like music videos and stuff like that, seeing how they dressed and everything like that.
Those are huge, like MTV.
For sure.
Because when we were coming up, I mean, I'm 32. How old are you?
33.
Yeah. So I mean, MTV and VH1, like watching the music videos before school, that was like huge.
Absolutely.
When we were growing up.
So yeah, I got kind of inspired by the music scene and the fashion and stuff like that, and like Pharrell, BB, you know what I'm saying, Ice Cream, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever get into making music at all?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I actually make music.
That's right. You are still making music. It's like
not as much as I want to, but I definitely gotta get back to it. So.
Yeah. I remember you showing me some of the stuff that you've been working on.
For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, yeah, those old VH1 videos and MTV music videos, like kids nowadays, they don't really get it.
For sure.
And it was like, that's what we would watch, right? Like we would watch it before school, and like it would play like one music video after another. So I mean, I remember watching tons of music videos.
Absolutely.
Back in the day. Those were huge. When did you start officially get in? Like, when did you officially start designing clothes and whatnot?
I want to say 2017. Like I made like a just like a printified shirt, like a custom thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of inspired me to keep going because people were asking, like, how do you get that shirt made? So around 2020 is when I really started like doing it full time and
Yeah,
like
taking
started
it
Blank
seriously.
Easel. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
I kind of always talk about this. There is definitely like that for all of us, like creators and whatnot. There's definitely that kind of like jumping off place where like you really make that decision. Okay,
yeah,
like I'm gonna officially start this,
absolutely.
and because I mean it is a little bit. It is an investment.
Mhm.
It's a financial investment. It's
Yeah,
a time investment. It's like into it's also like an emotional investment because we're putting ourselves out there to the world,
for sure. For sure.
and and I think that's why I know, like, for me personally, that's why, like, I think me and you are so close, and like me, you, and Juice Man
Yeah.
are really
Okay.
close, and me and Katie are really close. We're all really close because we all understand like the struggle,
Yeah,
and we all understand like how it feels to really put yourself out
for
there to the
sure.
world,
For
and
sure.
to be like to be judged, because your stuff is being judged by people,
Yeah,
right? Like people are either buying our stuff or they're not buying our
for
stuff,
sure. For
and
sure.
so you're like openly being judged, and you're putting we put ourselves in a really vulnerable position.
Yeah, you're offering your ideas and your vision, hoping like
Somebody's into
somebody's
it.
gonna like it as much as
Yeah,
you do. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
for sure, man. But that's cool. So you said like 2020 around
Yeah,
like
that's what
COVID.
yeah.
Did you have any issues during like COVID, like getting stuff out there to people, or?
No, because I was just starting, so I think everybody was kind of like on the wave of me starting like supporting like
Yeah,
buying their first shirt. So I didn't really get to see like like the fallout from the COVID thing,
yeah,
but it was more so. Of course, it was online sales. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so
for sure.
yeah.
Now, when you first started, did you have any like specific plans as far as like what you were gonna do to like market yourself and market Blank Easel and to like get your product out there, or were you just kind of like, I'm just gonna make this stuff, get this stuff made, and then I'm gonna figure out how to sell it later?
Yeah, more so like
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it and see who likes it and
and just
sell
go
it.
from
I
there.
did do a lot of research on like YouTube and like watching other clothing designers and
For
brands.
sure.
So how did they do things like that? But I think the best thing I did was like get in people's faces. Like I wasn't really outgoing, so like meeting new people, doing pop-up shops like that.
For sure.
That was definitely something different for me. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's huge. I think the stuff that we were doing, like the live vending and pop ups, like I think it's really, I think it builds a lot of like toughness and resilience,
for
and
sure.
like it also is like very like raw like market testing,
Hmm.
because we're getting our stuff directly in front of people, like right in their face,
Right.
not behind a camera lens online,
Hmm.
or not behind Instagram or
For
anything like
sure.
that.
For
It is
sure.
like right there, right in front of people, and it gives us a lot of really good data, like to see like, okay, well, what's going good and
Yeah.
what's not going
Yeah.
to go
And how
good.
people react to certain things.
Yeah, it's wild,
Yeah.
man. Like I'll make some stuff that I think is awesome, and then I just cannot get rid of it. I
Yeah.
just can't sell. People are just not interested in it.
Same here. Yeah.
But it is what it. But then they're interested in other stuff,
For sure.
and then it just that's what kind of keeps me going. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't have, as far as Daybreak was concerned, like the only plan I had was really basically like what we do, right? Like I'm gonna make this stuff, and then I'm gonna do live shows,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna get out there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna do as many shows as I can do. I'm gonna get my stuff as in front of as many people as I possibly can, and go from there. And it can be hard, and it can be a struggle, and it can be challenging when you have an item that you think is awesome and then no one
Yeah.
wants it,
Yeah.
and then it's hard not to take that personally, right?
For sure. For sure.
But and then sometimes too, even like if we do have an item that like doesn't do well or whatever, it's like, well, maybe that didn't do well in front of that audience.
For
Maybe
sure.
there's another audience that this would do really
For
well in
sure.
front of,
Yeah.
and then it makes you think like, am I just not getting in front of the right people?
Hmm.
So yeah, I think we both kind of did a similar thing. Like we're just gonna make this stuff. We're gonna see if our friends like it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
see, we're gonna see if our family likes it, and we're just gonna go from there.
Yeah.
What were like, was there any? Has there ever been like any marketing strategies that have like really worked for you? Like,
Like I said, the best one for me was doing like the pop-up
yeah,
shops and getting in front of people. Like there's a couple of times I went downtown and just like walked around with certain stuff and made some sales, like just seeing what people wanted, if they did like the things that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, getting in front of people has just been a good experience. Like meeting new people and interacting with people and seeing.
Yeah.
Like, even like with the sunglasses, like so the sunglasses, it's like a fun thing seeing how people get to try them on in the
Dude, it's
mirror.
awesome.
Like it's just, and some of the other vendors jump in like, no, those will look good on you. Those will look good on you. So it's just like a fun experience seeing.
Why don't you show the audience like some of these? I know you guys can see the cases back here, but you can't really see them up close. So why don't you pick out some of your favorites and show them off to the audience?
Well, the ones I actually have on now are some of my favorites.
They're like a gold rim,
Yeah,
almost like a Versace kind of deal.
I call them the gold wizard lenses.
The gold, the Harry Potter wizard
Harry
lenses.
Potter ones. A lot of people have been saying.
Yeah, those are sweet. Yeah.
I like these a lot.
Yeah.
Not like necessary for myself. But
No, I feel you. Yeah.
these are pretty
Yeah,
cool.
those are really fun. Is that like a yellow lens?
Yes, well, orange. Yeah,
It's like an orange lens. Yeah. I bet Juice Man loves those.
Yeah, he just bought these.
Yeah. Show everybody I think I'm wearing. Yeah, the ones that I'm wearing, because these are like a really popular. And show everybody how it comes in different colors too. They're like super.
Yeah, these are like one of the first ones that.
Yeah, these are really awesome.
They're pretty popular.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that design.
Like the tortoise.
Yeah, so the nice tortoise. I like the gold accents like you have on the side with your logo and everything. It's awesome. Those are my favorite. I rock those all the time. What colorway? Like, how would you describe that color?
Like a marble.
Like a marble.
Like a sanded marble.
Like a sand marble. Yeah.
Not the OG one. They come in black too. Solid black.
You have the oh yeah, solid black. Yeah, those are sick. Yeah.
These are the newer ones.
Yeah, that's like
it's like a metallic.
Yeah, it's like almost like a stainless, like a brushed stainless steel. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. So what were like some of the, like when you first started out, like what were the biggest struggles you had? Do you have any issues with your website or with vendors, or like what were the biggest struggles you had?
At first I would say the vendors, like finding like the exact quality and fabrics I wanted to use. So like I went and ordered maybe 5 or 6 of the same shirt and had to pick between which one I liked the best.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. One in deciding if I wanted to do like pre-orders or just go ahead and take the risk of ordering 100 shirts and sitting on them, just hoping they'll go, you know?
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, man, because I did the pre-orders for like one of my first releases, and it did okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good design.
Yeah.
And it did okay. It didn't like really pop off, but I definitely was kind of feeling the same way. I was really thinking like I kind of wanted to do the like 50 piece, 100 piece pre-order kind of thing, and maybe in the future I can get back to that when I grow more awareness or whatever. And you obviously, like you too, but like I mean that would be the dream, right? Just to make 50 pieces and then they're gone.
And they're gone.
Yeah. I'm pretty jealous of a lot of the bigger brands that are able to do that kind of thing. So yeah, you kind of touched on it. You kind of touched on it a little bit. You talked about like the suppliers that you're working with, and because you're getting a lot of your stuff like made in faraway places.
Yeah, like overseas.
What are like the biggest issues that you've had as far as like working with like your suppliers and whatnot?
Well, the beginning, like ordering the samples and waiting, just being really impatient on like waiting on to see them so I can get them like up on the website and stuff. But now it's like you kind of build a relationship, so it's not really too much of a hassle doing that.
This is kind of
shipping is
shipping's insane when it's coming from from faraway lands. Yeah, this is definitely a topic I wanted to like kind of talk about a lot, just because I'm really interested in like working with actual clothing manufacturers, and because I have some stuff that I'm gonna want to get made in the future in that same kind of vein. Like and we've briefly talked about it before. Like, I know you've done a lot of work. It just takes a lot of like finding the right people and whatnot. And when you're getting like samples made, how many samples are you usually getting made for each item?
Well, now I don't do it anymore because I kind of know who to go to.
Gotcha.
But like before, I probably like I said, 3 or 4 different vendors or something like that, and then I just pick the best quality between, and that's per design too. So like, and I had to do the same thing with hoodies, the same thing with like t-shirts. It's all different. Get five a piece or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm very like fixated on like fit and feel.
Yeah.
So if I was getting like a t-shirt pattern made, because I have some t-shirt stuff that I want to get made actually like from the supplier itself, mainly because I want it to fit like an exact way,
Right.
and also I want the shirt to have like patterns that I'm just not able to get. I'm not able to do myself. So it's going to be really interesting, like when the time comes, getting stuff made overseas and getting samples done and just doing the old back and forth and everything.
But any way I can help, I definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll definitely be blowing up your phone. Yeah. Is there like language barrier stuff that you have to deal with?
Not really.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I haven't ran into that yet.
Yeah. I know language barrier can be challenging, especially like when you're working with folks overseas and stuff like that.
We all have a understanding. Like, I think the worst thing would be the time difference.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to stay up till like 12 or 1 in the morning to communicate.
Actually talk to them.
Yeah, it's like a 12-hour thing. So
I got you.
Yeah, so.
And you're talking to them like directly on like WhatsApp? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. That's cool. Yeah, so your sunglasses are like we talked about, like super popular, and they do like really well for you. Would you say they're like your best product as far as sales go?
Yeah, it would be between the sunglasses or the hats that I made.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've been pretty well with
the hats.
Yeah. And I got the beanies now, so those are pretty, like, for the season they've been moving. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah. When you were designing like your sunglasses initially, where were you like taking most of your influence from and whatnot?
Man, I just wanted to do something different, like, kind of like crazy colors, because it's based around art and paint. So like, I just want to get the color palette going.
It's funny you say that because me, you, and Juice are all kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like I'm like sitting here wearing all black, but I'm if you look at like my clothing and whatnot, it's definitely very colorful. I kind of like to contrast that. Like, I kind of like contrasting. Like, I'll have like items that are subdued and not very crazy, and then I'll have items that are super crazy, super colorful, and I like contrasting those things against each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'd say like contrasting colors is a big like design philosophy that I have.
Absolutely.
And I think it works. It works like not only like you can have like a t-shirt that where the colors are contrasted really well, but then you can also have it can work in like a bigger picture way with like the whole clothing line where you have like one t-shirt design that's like really subdued, just like a black and white shirt, and then you have one design that's super crazy, and those shirts are like contrasting themselves.
Yeah. And I actually had to learn that because like I came out with the first shirts being like crazy out there.
Yeah.
A couple like like older people was like, "Do you have that in just black? Like anything simple?"
Yeah.
So I kind of like from there on like made some simple stuff like
that. I'm always sort of trying to like have stuff that's crazy and then have stuff that's more like subdued and like easier for people to
everyday stuff.
Subdued, but like still like in a design that's like attractive to them.
Yeah.
Something I just kind of thought about, something that would be interesting to talk about is like, so Daybreak, I don't know if you've kind of noticed, but a lot of my clothing is very like theme based. So like a lot of my stuff is Cleveland sports theme.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of stuff that just says that is just like plain like Daybreak apparel. I mean, I have some hats that are Daybreak logo stuff, but like I know a lot of your stuff is very like Blank Easel, like strictly like Blank Easel branding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that has like presented any challenges, like, or do you think like your designs and your logos and stuff are good enough to like help sell your stuff? And the reason I asked, I guess what I'm trying to say is like when you're a newer brand and you don't have as much brand awareness, it can be harder to sell.
Yeah,
It's harder to sell your name and it's harder to sell your logo.
for sure.
And have you ever noticed? You think you ever had any like struggles with that? I mean, I know like for example, your hoodies that have like the big puff print.
Yeah.
Like that looks awesome and it
Thank
feels awesome,
Thank
and like that definitely helps sell it, I would imagine.
Yeah. I haven't really had like a big challenge. Like,
Yeah.
it's a couple of times where somebody's like I'll go sell stuff like for the Browns. I got like Browns color stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And some people be like, I wanted Browns. Like that C doesn't stand for Brown, the Cleveland. I'm like, no, I'll tell them what it means. And some people still buy it, but some people strictly want what they want.
That's what I've noticed too. People are very like themed. Like they want, if they're buying stuff, like it has to be like themed, right?
For sure.
You know, that's why like we talked about the woman that I'm working with, and we're working together, and she has her own clothing line, and she's kind of been teaching me a lot of stuff, and like all her stuff is themed. All of it is.
Yeah.
It's either Christmas themed or Cleveland sports themed or Cleveland rock and roll themed. Like it's all themed.
Yeah.
Lake Erie themed. And just I that's kind of something I've like taken and like learned a lot from her. So like really keep my stuff as themed as possible. And then once we grow our brand awareness, then you can just start selling the brand name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even then, like when you're selling the brand name, like, you know, even then, like when, like let's say a perfect example is Carhartt. So a lot of people love most people love Carhartt. I certainly love Carhartt. Do too. And the reason I love Carhartt is because their stuff fits and feels so good.
For sure.
And then like the hoodies and jackets are ridiculously warm.
Yeah.
They never rip. They never break. So, you know, that's why Carhartt can sell blank shirts with their logo on it, because their stuff it fits and feels great. It's indestructible, basically.
Yeah. Workwear, everything. Yeah.
So like even when brands are just like selling their name, you know, a lot of the times what they're selling is like their reputation for like their fit, their feel, tough workwear, that kind of thing. So even in the future, if I am just selling like the Daybreak name, I want people to be buying it because they know how good my stuff fits and feels. I've been obsessed with fit and feel since day one.
Yeah.
Like the amount of shirts blank shirts from different brands that I've tested. Yeah. Hundreds. Because I was like obsessed with finding the most perfect fitting shirts. And then, but then what ended up happening when you do that is you realize like, well, there's not one shirt that everybody universally loves. Yeah. You're just not going to find it. Right. You know, some people like heavyweight shirts and some people like lightweight shirts. And some people like oversized shirts and some people like really tight fitting shirts. And it's like, so then I kind of stopped obsessing so much about it. And I've been getting stuff that's just like, I think pretty middle of the road. Yeah. And it's been doing just fine. So, for sure. Yeah. Do you struggle with that at all? With like your fit and feel, like trying to figure out what people want? Like how are your t-shirts? Like what when you're going for like fit and feel with your t-shirts and whatnot, what kind of like what kind of sizing and fit and feel are you looking for?
I usually stay like true to size, but I personally like the heavier shirts.
Yeah, me too.
So I would go like 300, 305 GSM. Like that's like the fabric weight, if anybody doesn't know that. So I like that personally, but it's been a couple of times where people were like, this is too heavy for me. It's too hot for this. Like even in the summertime. So like
that's a big, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
That's a big thing. Like that woman that I'm working with, all her shirts are heavyweight. They're all 6 ounce. What is 6 ounce in like GSM? You know,
that is,
you're not sure. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Yeah. And all her short sleeve t-shirts are 6 ounce, and I think that's great for people that like heavier shirts. Yeah. But like in the summertime, that's heavy. It is freaking and that's hot
for sure.
So, but then on the flip side of that, when she sells a lot of long sleeves, and I sell a lot of long sleeve t-shirts. I like the heavyweight ones.
Right.
Because if people are putting on long sleeve
It's
t-shirts,
pretty cool.
it's cold outside, and I want them to have a heavier weight shirt that's going to keep them warm.
Yeah.
And that 6 ounce heavyweight long sleeve is, I mean, really warm.
Yeah.
Like you can wear that and it's going to keep you really warm just by itself.
And that's what I want to. I don't want to be cold.
Yeah. But then on the flip side of that, with my short sleeves, I like to go like not light. I don't like the flimsy, like real lightweight ones. They're just too flimsy for me. But then I kind of like the ones that are just kind of middle of the road.
Right.
They're like the 5 ounce is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like I have a 5 ounce t-shirt that I use, and it's just like perfect middle of the road, like not too heavy, not too light. Yeah, it's hard, man, because like me and you both like heavyweight t-shirts, but that's not necessarily what our customers want.
That's true.
You know,
so you gotta have a variety of them. So like I did come down on a couple different t-shirts, and like come down on the GSM a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and it comes down on the price too. Like
yeah. The nice thing with like the heavyweight t-shirts that I'm sourcing versus like the heavyweight and the medium weight, the price difference is like, it's like 15 or 20 cents.
Yeah.
Like it's like so small.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just interesting, you know, seeing what people like. I know a lot of like guys like in their like 20s, 30s, 40s. The huge trend right now is like the really like tight t-shirts. The really like lightweight, tight t-shirts. And that's fine, but the problem is like that's not all my customers don't want that. Like a lot of the amount of extra large 2X, 3X, I sell tons of 2X and 3X, and those customers want nothing to do with those like tight fitting flimsy t-shirts. So that's why I've kind of just settled on middle of the road. Like a nice 5 ounce, 5.4 ounce, just right middle of the road. Kind of fits everybody. Fits everybody pretty neutral. And you know, if people don't like it, then they can go shop somewhere. But
I do notice a lot of people do want the oversized stuff though. Like
they're really like leaning that way. Yeah, the oversized stuff is cool. Like with the actual like a big thing in fitness apparel is like the big oversized t-shirts with the extra long sleeves that are going down really far.
For sure.
That stuff's pretty cool. I don't think that I would really print on those because again, like I'm trying to appeal to a really broad audience as opposed to like just the people that want that style. You know what I mean? But are there any products of yours that you wish were like doing better that aren't like doing as well as you thought they would?
Not necessarily. I'm pretty content. Like
everything's doing pretty
good.
I'm
like decent. Like I'm pretty content with it. I do want to like start doing like a little bit more jerseys. Like those were doing pretty well.
Okay.
So I want to do more jerseys and stuff, like different designs on the jerseys. So and like flannels and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you gotta make one. You gotta make flannels, bro. I love flannels. I'll buy them off you
for sure.
Yeah, I know. Like for me, as far as like products that I wish were doing better, I made a ton of hats, like the dad hats. The real like low profile dad hats with like this. I did it like a CLE on the front.
Yeah, I actually have one.
Oh, you got one?
You gave me one.
I gave you one. Yeah. Well, those aren't doing very good. Nobody wants them, man. And I'm like, do people just not want hats, or do people not want my hats? But people aren't even like looking at them. They're not even like picking them up and looking at them.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, it's a different crowd. You have to take them somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just not the right crowd. And I think it's a good design. I think they're good hats.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm just like wondering, like, wow, like just I thought they would do so well, and they're just not.
Yeah.
They're not right. That doesn't mean th're going to not do well forever. They're just not doing well right now.
Yeah. So I held on to those jerseys for a long time. And then one day I just went somewhere else and they got off the shelf. So
that's awesome.
Just take them somewhere else, you know?
Yeah, those like big hockey jerseys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I held.
Yeah, those are sick. You got to make more hockey jerseys. Because those are like big too.
Yeah.
And I can like throw it on.
Yeah, over a hoodie or anything.
Yeah. For sure. That's what I like about those. What are like some dream? Do you have any like dream products that you wish you could develop and start selling? Is there anything that you like really like wish you could do and you just like don't necessarily like have the funds right now, or just like
Absolutely, yes,
yeah,
it's a lot,
a
man. Like
lot of stuff?
I want to do like more women clothing, like
Oh,
even
cool.
like dresses and stuff like that. But I don't really have the knowledge of doing that right now. But
Yeah, for sure.
with some research and the right people, for sure, and like leather jackets and coats and stuff like that. More so like the heavier stuff.
More like
Yeah,
jacket,
more
and coat
fashion than
design.
streetwear, like than outside of the streetwear thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel it, dude.
yeah,
Like I definitely I know exactly what you mean, man. Like I definitely think about it all the time. Like I've thought about jackets too,
mhm,
and the kind of jackets that I really like are like the fashion jackets, but also jackets that like you want if you need to go fishing
yeah,
and it's
for sure,
cold. Like you can wear it fishing, you can wear it skiing and snowboarding. Like I've
absolutely,
always been really into those kind of
yeah,
jackets and stuff because it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. It's like a fashion jacket that you can wear out on the town,
mm,
and if you need to go fishing or skiing or whatever, you can throw it on too. I've always kind of liked brands that do stuff like that.
yeah,
And then it makes you think, well, what would I be doing different than those brands, right?
yeah.
And then I think about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I would be doing. My designs would be too similar, So
Nah, I mean Daybreak is Daybreak, man.
yeah,
So
I know.
put your spin on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. I like a lot of the army style
yeah,
stuff, like
yeah, for sure.
military
Yeah,
style
yeah,
stuff. So to like make stuff like kind of like look like something that just came off a battlefield,
yeah,
but it's like warm and functional
hmm
and like waterproof and windproof and the
for
whole
sure.
deal. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think me and you are probably in the kind of same kind of place when it comes to that, because you're like, where do we even start, right? And
Yeah,
then like obviously getting samples made and getting a big inventory of that stuff, it's just a lot of
yeah,
money and investment, and
yeah. So
yeah,
we gotta take that chance, man, for sure. Just like we did when we started the brand. Here
yeah,
we are.
you're right, dude. It's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
it's another leap of faith,
For sure,
right?
absolutely. And I know
And
we'll be all right. So
yeah,
definitely, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, just write this down. Yeah, definitely jackets for me, and
mm,
more of like the cut and sew stuff, like
right,
getting I have a lot of like camo patterns that I want to like get made, like camo patterns that I've made myself and
yeah,
that I think would do really
yeah,
well. And excuse me, that would get me like my foot in the door into that world of like getting
yeah.
of like apparel manufacturing and product development and stuff like that. And yeah. What does for you, like what does growth look like for you in Blank Easel? Like do you have like a certain vision like or like a place that you really like want Blank Easel to go to, where you would feel like you'd feel like you're growing and like things are moving in a direction that you want it to move? I know it probably already is, but
Yeah, there's always room for growth, though.
if you're
Yeah,
anything like me, I'm shooting for the stars,
absolutely.
So what does
Yeah.
growth look like for you and your brand?
Um, I want to do more events, pop-up events, like outside of Cleveland. Like I want to go to Columbus and North Carolina, stuff like that.
Nice.
Um, I do want to do more photo shoots. I think that's the thing I'm lacking in, like photo shoots, like on body shoots and stuff like that,
Yeah,
so people can actually see how it looks on people.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and like I want to do a commercial, and I even want stuff in like music videos, like since that's where my inspiration was from.
Yeah,
Um, I would love to do like a fashion show, and yeah, and I want to do a standalone event, or maybe like you know what I'm saying, like Blank Easel, Daybreak,
for sure.
host our own pop-up shop, stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean, dude.
Yeah,
Like, and I think we're gonna get there.
yeah,
I think me, you,
juice, man.
Juice are gonna like get there
Mhm,
together. Um, I think the big step for Daybreak is getting my own studio,
mhm,
getting my own print studio,
yeah,
and I think once lock down a spot like that, and then we can just start shooting.
Yeah, for sure.
We can shoot like insane videos and like just do whatever we want.
For sure.
Have our own shows and really grow from there. Like use it as like dude. Like me and my girl, we love dancing and just having like a dance party.
Yeah,
just like
everybody
fun.
have a good time. Like
yeah, and yeah. So I feel it, man. Like for me, it's just like I already got into like the riff shot. I got some stuff into the riff shop in Olmsted Falls, and
nice.
Just like learning how to like handle like retail and like how to handle relations with the store and stuff like that. And I got a couple other stores that I'm going to be working on getting into. I think getting some retail partners will be really good.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, and I know it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah,
it's hard in a city like Cleveland too. It's not like we're in New York or Chicago where there's like small boutiques all over the place.
Right.
A lot of the shops around here are pretty like big retail operations and whatnot. So, but yeah, I definitely gotta look at some more retailers and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment to get in at least one or two. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to be in at least one for sure.
Yeah. Where do you take those photos at of your stuff like on the mannequins and whatnot?
Oh, that's like them showing me like the samples before they come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
for some reason I thought you were in at like the east side or something, or somewhere in Schaefer. I thought you had like a boutique over there.
No, I do need to get my own mannequins though. That's actually
I want to get like skeleton mannequins.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
It's just because I'm a weirdo. That's why. What are like the biggest things right now that you're working on? Like what are your short-term goals right now?
Putting, like I said, the photo shoots, that's a big focus of mine right now. And trying to figure out like how to put together a fashion show. And
have you talked to that Chrissy girl at all? Do you know who I'm?
Yeah, Chrissy. She's amazing, man. I do a lot of events with her.
She has like $1 million smile.
Yeah,
she's got like the best smile ever. She's like one of those girls. She has that like huge smile. The reason I say that is because like every time I don't smile that well. I don't have like a big smile. So anytime I see someone with like a huge smile, it's like
it's contagious.
Yeah. She's just a really nice girl.
She is, and very good businesswoman for sure.
Yeah,
and
so I think that's
all over the place.
Yeah, that's definitely somebody that I feel like she'd definitely help you.
I think she's hosting the Fashion Week.
She always she's hosting
like Cleveland Fashion Week's coming here or something.
Dude, that's awesome. We should try to get in there.
For sure.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Your stuff is more like my stuff's more like your stuff is very like fashion forward. My stuff is more like less like hardcore fashion.
Nah, you're supposed to be everywhere, man.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like my stuff is your stuff takes a lot more like what am I trying to say? Fashion, like high fashion is what I'm trying to say.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. But that's not like denigrating my stuff. It's just my stuff is more like more basic and but yeah, that would be sweet.
You still need to do a fashion show. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's busting her butt.
For sure.
I got to get her on the podcast. Come to think of it,
absolutely. Yeah,
that would be a really.
That's a great idea. Yeah,
and just pick her brain.
Yeah, I would love to see that for sure. Yeah.
See what she's up to. But all right, man. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up or talk about that we didn't cover? I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did. Not really. I mean, I do have like a lot of designs coming out, and I want to, try to reach every audience that I can.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
sure. And we'll be helping you.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. And likewise, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to figure out some more pop-ups to do and get in front of more people.
Yeah, man. We'll get it done, bro.
For sure.
So let's do the fun part of the show.
Absolutely.
The overrated, underrated. And I'm writing them down right now. So our first one is going to be, actually, we're not going to do overrated, underrated. We're going to do either ors. Would you rather?
Okay.
So beanies or ball caps?
Ball caps.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I used to like live in beanies, and like it's like all I wore was beanies.
Yeah.
And then as the years went on, I still love beanies.
Yeah.
And I love shiesties.
Yeah.
I'm always wearing face masks and shiesties.
For sure. You have some dope ones yourself, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. A huge fan of those, especially when I'm out fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. People think I'm like wearing those because it's like a fashion thing. It's like, no, I'm like wearing them fishing.
Yeah, comfortable.
Because it's freezing cold outside. And my face and my neck are cold.
That's
but
one thing
they're
I've
very
never
functional.
done. It's fishing. I've never been fishing.
Oh, I'll take you fishing.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get out. We'll go out and catch some fish. But yeah, I agree. Ball caps I'd have to take the ball caps over because I always wear hoodies, and if my head and neck is cold, I throw my hoodie up.
Yeah,
can have a hat on still.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this is a really interesting one that I literally just thought of right now. So, Nike Dunks, any style, highs, lows, mids, any style Nike Dunk, or Jordans, any style Jordans. That's going to be a hard one.
That's very hard.
You got to pick one.
Oh, man, that's hard. I have Dunks on now.
That's what made me think of it.
I would probably, I had to go Jordan.
You got to have the Jordans. They're just, Jordans are just classic.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Dunks.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Nike guy.
Yeah.
But that's just because I'm a huge Adidas guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up playing soccer.
For sure.
But I mean, Nike was also making soccer cleats. But yeah, I'm a 3-stripe guy.
Yeah, Adidas is dope, man.
Yeah, I love Adidas. I just never, but I do really like the Jordan ones.
Yeah, ones, yeah, for sure.
So like the all white Jordan 1 highs and then the all black Jordan 1 highs. I just think they're so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of those. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Jordan on that one. See, I'm still thinking about it. Let's go Jordan.
Yeah, it's Jordan. Yeah, Jordan's the right answer. Yeah. So, I'm thinking of a music one real quick.
Oh, man.
Okay, so like East Coast rap. So like Northeast, like up Northeast rap or Southern rap? Southern hip hop. This is a no-brainer for me, but I'm curious.
I might say East.
For real?
I think I would. Like,
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, because I'm more of the, like, I like Currency. Well, that's still, that's South, but I like more, let's say, rap. Not rap, like hip-hop than rap. So,
yeah. Oh, I'm a Southern hip-hop guy, dude. Yeah. Like, all day.
For sure. You like, your Future's like your favorite rapper.
Oh, dude, Future. All that old Memphis stuff, all the old 3-6, all the old Houston stuff.
Yeah, I love all of that.
I love a lot of the Atlanta stuff. So I'm Southern rap all day for me.
Yeah.
Especially that like dirty South stuff. Like,
yeah, for sure.
The Mississippi rap, like Big Crit.
Big Crit, yeah, that's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, he's an OG.
Yeah.
He is super underrated.
Yeah. Like
no one ever talks about Big Crit. Yeah. But he's like so good.
He is. And he's still South, but it's still like, it's not like the Future, you know what I'm saying? The Future, Ludacris South and stuff.
I feel like ATL's kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, for sure.
They've Atlanta has kind of just really become like their own entity altogether.
Yeah. Right.
You could almost say like New York rap versus Atlanta rap.
Yeah. Because I insinuate like Big Crit with Currency and Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that, and Big Sean. So yeah, that's my type of music.
Yeah, and I mean it's funny because back in like high school, I was listening to a ton of the West Coast rap, and I didn't really get into the Southern hip hop until like college or after college. Yeah, I just got like super into it.
Yeah. Like West Coast, Larry June. You hit the Larry June?
Not really.
He's West Coast. That's what I listen to all day, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, awesome, man. I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, no, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Man.
Hope you got something out of it. And
absolutely, man.
I think it was a nice way to start Sunday morning.
For sure.
Yeah, just hang out and talk. And we ended up getting a really awesome setup in here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of looking around for a while, getting set up down here. And it's funny, like we're in 78th Street, and this place is a ghost town.
Yeah.
So apparently no one comes to their studios on Sunday morning. They're all sleeping still.
Every town here is packed. So
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and shout out your socials and everything?
You can follow on all social media platforms at Blank Easel Clothing. www.blankeaselclothing.com for the website, and my personal is EASE_FME. So,
and you're making music under that too, as well.
And FME stands for Free Mind Entertainment. So, yeah.
Would you consider that like a production outfit for yourself, like, or is that just like a tag?
No, that could be, for sure,
Like you're making because don't you make music under the FME?
Oh yeah, for sure, Ease FME.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to the episode 3. Oh, this has been really fun. Obviously,
Absolutely.
It's always really fun. We're always trying to learn new things about each other. I want everybody to go ahead and like and subscribe to this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. You can follow our channel on YouTube, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or iHeartRadio, go ahead and like and rate the podcast. That helps us out a lot. Share it with your friends, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. Eric, you want to say see you later?
See you later.
All right, everybody. Take care. Peace out.
Peace.